Relocating is a big decision, whether it's for a new job, to support a partner, or simply to be closer to high-quality healthcare. If your move brings you to Temple, Texas, and the world-class Baylor Scott White Medical Center, the questions go beyond just finding a house. What is it actually like to live near Baylor Scott White in Temple, Texas? From nearby neighborhoods and commute times to food, shopping, and lifestyle, this video gives you a practical look at the area before you make your move. Welcome everyone, I'm Andrea Dudek, your guide to all things living in Central Texas. And if those questions I just mentioned sounded familiar, you're exactly in the right place. Today, we are doing a deep, detailed dive into the residential landscape surrounding one of the nation's premier medical centers, Baylor Scott White Medical Center in Temple, Texas. This video is specifically designed for anyone considering a move to the Temple area, whether you're a medical professional working at Baylor Scott White, a staff member or student, a partner or family member supporting someone in the medical field, or simply someone who wants the convenience of living near world-class healthcare. We're going to move beyond the basic Zillow search and get into the nitty-gritty. Our mission is to map out the various communities, both established neighborhoods with great resale value and exciting new construction developments. We'll break them down by general price points, talk about the pros and cons of homeowners associations, the freedom of no HOA maybe, and we'll connect it all back to that crucial daily commute to the hospital campus. But a home is more than just the walls and price tag, it's about the life you build around it. So we're also going to explore what makes this area so special. We'll talk about the sheer scale and prestige of the hospital system itself. It's more than just one building, it's actually an anchor for the entire region. We'll highlight the fantastic and diverse food scene and cover your shopping options from big box retails to unique and local boutiques. And importantly, we'll touch on the practicalities of public transit and navigating the city. To make this as visual and helpful as possible, I'm using two powerful tools, Loom to record my screen and walk you through everything, and Google My Maps, where I've built a custom interactive map plotting out the medical facilities, school districts, so many communities, restaurants, and shopping centers. I'll put a link to that map in the description below so you can explore it for yourself. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's find your future home. Before we look at where to live, it's essential to understand the magnet that draws so many people here, Baylor Scott White Medical Center in Temple. It isn't just a hospital, it's a destination medical center and the flagship of the entire Baylor Scott White healthcare system. This is a level 1 trauma center, one of only a handful in the entire state. That means it's equipped to handle the most severe and complex cases 24/7. It's also a major teaching hospital affiliated with the Texas A&M University School of Medicine. That connection fosters innovation, research, and continuous learning, making this not only a place of care, but also a hub of progress. The campus is massive. It's not a single building, but a sprawling network of specialized facilities. We have the main hospital, Baylor Scott White. We have McLean Children's Hospital, a heart and vascular hospital, a cancer treatment center, and dozens of specialty clinics. For professionals, it offers career opportunities, but for residents, it ensures that almost any healthcare need can be met locally. Why this matters for your move. The hospital's location just off of I-35 and adjacent to US 190 is the central factor for your home search. Your commute will radiate out from this point, and the communities around it have grown up with that in mind. Okay, y'all, so I have been really excited to show you this map. I spent a lot of time on it, and the administrative side of my personality really geeked out over this. I created a map in Google My Maps, and there is so much more beyond this map, and of course we can always have deeper conversations into it, but I think for this video, it really does what I need it to do. So if you look at this map, This is a map of Temple, Texas, and Temple has a lot of overlap with Belton, Texas, and really they're only about 10 minutes away from each other. So this map is going to be a little bit different than if you're looking at just your standard Google map. But what I created here is I tried to highlight things like the hospitals themselves. I did that with this H here. You can zoom in here on the right to get a closer look. I did communities. I blocked out by these little color grids. You can see, so I have red, yellow, blue, this dark green, purple, and this orange. And on the left here, you can click on each one of those to learn a little bit more about those areas. I tried to stick to about a 10-minute drive from all of the hospitals for purposes of this video. Of course, there are so many communities outside of these areas, but I wanted to give you a really good idea of just really within a 10-mile radius if being that close to a hospital is important to you. If you are willing to expand that search, we can always have a conversation. There are so many other communities to explore. So this is Temple proper. And again, I did about 10 minutes away from the hospitals, but there are tons of communities all around, including in Belton, which is 10 minutes away, and all these neighboring areas. You'll have like Little River Academy, Troy is up this way right here. Again, Belton, Morgan's Point, which is by the lake, Belton here, but then up 14, Parker Heights, Nolanville, Killeen, if you're looking to be near Fort Hood, which is right over here. So tons and tons of other communities. But again, for this video, we're gonna stick really close to about 10 minutes out from all of the major medical facilities in the Temple area, including right here, we have the VA hospital. So we get a lot of veterans we have so many veterans, especially being 25 minutes out from Fort Hood, formerly Fort Cavazos. So the VA hospital right there. Then we have Baylor Scott White Medical Center, the main hospital, which is right off of 31st Street. 31st Street and Adams are going to be your main streets through the Temple area and giving you access to the hospitals. We also have McLean Children's Hospital here. They are within literally minutes from each other, and actually the maternal and is it the NICU are here at the main hospital. So when the babies are born with the moms, they're going to be here at the main hospital, and then the children's hospital and the specialty clinic here. So I think they were very strategic in having them so close to each other because they do a lot of work back and forth with one another. And then we have some specialty clinics on the outskirts. All right, so if you end up finding this map, again, it will be in the details below. Here's how I've structured it. If you go to the left, I did Baylor Scott and White right up here as a layer. You can click and find each of those, and if you click on them, it gives you the information. So it has the addresses, links to their websites, phone numbers, and then Google Maps there. I also didn't do all of them, but I did a lot of, I didn't do all of them, but I did a lot of them. Retail and shopping, just so you could get a good idea. We have a ton of shopping here. A lot of them are right here off of 190, being Staples, Hobby Lobby, Ulta, Marshalls. There's a bunch tucked away in there. You have Lowe's right here off of 31st Street. The Temple Mall, we do have a mall here. It's smaller and a little dated, but it's here. Academy Sporting Goods, and then just still super close, right off of 190 and 35 is another shopping development with Home Depot, Best Buy, Target. You have a liquor store, a pet store, and a bunch of food in that area. So they kind of sectioned them in hubs. And not far away at all from all of that, if you mind another 5 to maybe 10 minutes, you will have a ton, which I didn't include on this map because that wasn't my focus, but you have a ton of shopping, dining, and amenities right here off of West Adams. So West Adams is going to be through Temple leading into Belton, and all in here you have another Walmart, tons of great local shops, boutiques, things of that nature. So again, on the side, I broke it down by retail and shopping. I did those in this purple-ish color, well, this purple color with the little shopping bag. I put out all of the schools. So you can go to templeisd.org to find more information on the school districts here. But for our map, I went ahead and put the location of all of the schools within the Temple School District. So again, you can click on them and it'll take you to where they are on the map, or you can go to the map, click on the map, and then they'll give you the same information in terms of school district. Oh, and it says here too, where you can find it on the website. That's where you can find all of your statistics and information particular to that school. And I told you retail and shopping. I did grocery stores. So there are a ton right off of 31st Street. So this is 31st Street through Temple. Right here we have the main hospital. Here we have the children's hospital. Probably the two we're probably going to focus on. Oh, and the VA hospital. But you have, again, I think very strategic. You have a ton that just runs off of 31st Street. So for grocery stores, you have a Walmart Supercenter here. You have Sam's Club right next to it. Across the street, you have H-E-B, which is our local to Texas grocery store. I think it's just Texas. Really great. But lots of options here. And again, lots of options outside of this radius in Belton and outskirts of Temple a little bit. And a ton of dining options. So I did restaurants and fast food. Not all of them, but a big chunk of them. Right off of 31st Street here, you can see we have, you can even zoom in. Off of 31st Street, right across from the hospital, whether you're staying there or working, you can walk across the street, and you have some of my favorite go-tos are you have Panera, Freebirds, burritos, you have Raising Cane's, some more fast food. I tried to separate the fast food-ish with that little symbol and the restaurants with the spoon and knife. A really awesome local restaurant is Meg's right here. It's where they kind of locally source everything with farm fresh sort of things. Their menu is fantastic. They do breakfast and lunch. If you have an opportunity and you're just in the area, head on over to Meg's. And Wendy's, but you have a ton. You have 7 Brew Coffee if you need some coffee. I did Starbucks right here. King Noodle has really great Asian cuisine. Subway, Jason's Deli. But those were some really big ones just right off of 31st Street. These are all just walking distance from the main hospital. You can literally walk across the street. McLean Children's, that is a drive to some of these, but not, I mean, you could walk. It would take 10 minutes, but probably a drive just because this is 190 and it's busier. And then right here, you have off of 190, you have all the shopping. Oh, I mentioned a bunch of these. Hobby Lobby, Ulta, Home Goods, that one's new to our area. And then right off of 35 is that other shopping plaza. You have BJ's Restaurant, Cracker Barrel, IHOP, but there are plenty of food options here locally. You're also, don't forget, you are at 45 minutes south of Waco, Texas. Ton of options there. We are an hour north of Austin and about 25 to 30 minutes east of Killeen, Fort Hood area. So one of the biggest features of this map are the breakdowns of the areas. This is nothing other than to kind of show you a good breakdown of the different areas and price points. The way that I separated them has a lot to do with price point and age of home and location. And so this area is just north of 190, east of 35. Resale homes, if you click on this, what I did was I went to the MLS, which is the multiple listing service. It's where we as agents put homes when we list them for sale. It's the most accurate source of information. Your other sites like Zillow, Realtor, Redfin, they pull information from the MLS. So what I did was I went to the MLS, I highlighted these same areas and was able to pull the range of homes for sale and see the range of prices and ages of the home. So when I ran a search for this area in particular, homes were built between 1920 and 1976. So there are some older homes. These are resale homes in a more established community, and they ranged between $121,000 and $400,000. More of them are going to be in that 120 to probably 300,000 range, with a few poking in around that 400K. There is no HOA in these communities. East of 31st Street, north of the hospital, the main hospital mostly, these are resale homes. This is an older, more established community. 59,000, so a lot of, or you'll have some like flip homes, you'll have some lower price point homes that need some more work, up to probably $200,000 price points. Again, no HOA, but these are super, super close to the hospital. These homes are generally more established, built between 1900s and 1950. Down here, which is south of 190, east of 35, well, I guess all of these are east of 35, these are going to be mostly resale. There are some sprinkled new construction homes along the outskirts here, but mainly resale homes built 1970s to 2022. Great mix of price points and established versus newer communities. Minutes from Lions Junction's water park, which is right here. So if you have littles or kiddos in general, it's a small little water park. I used to live kind of over in this area when I first moved here, and there were tons of trails, so we would go running down there through the park. There's a frisbee golf area, so I really liked that area for being able to do some things outside. But you are still about 7 to 10 minutes from Baylor Scott White Main Hospital and 7 to 10 minutes from Baylor Scott White McLean Children's. Straight shot to the VA hospital, groceries, retail, shopping. A lot of really great options there, and homes priced between $150,000 and $399K, again, because you're getting that mix of older, more established homes, and then a lot of the new construction homes. There are HOAs with some communities and no HOAs for others. While we talk about that, I want to hit on HOA versus no HOA. So in a lot of places, HOAs are very expensive. Here they are not. So in general, HOAs are going to be max about $550 annual, but typically we see under $300 annually. So if HOAs are something that scare you and it's the price of the HOAs, they are much lower than most places. Some places are pretty lenient on what the HOAs require of you. Some are lenient, some are more stringent, but what we can do is we can always pull those restrictions just to see if you love a particular community, what that looks like before you commit to that area. And we have some safeguards in contracts as well if there are particular things that you want to avoid. This community down here, this is going to be new construction and resale, ranging from $245,000 to $1.2 million. I know that's insane, but it's kind of how Texas is. You can kind of hop around like that in price point just a few streets over. We have homes built between 1990s and 2025, and a few in the 1970s sprinkled in there, but mostly 1990 to 2025. Great mix of price points and established versus new communities. Great variety in general there. And then over here, you have new construction, mostly. They are all HOAs, $330,000 up to $730,000. Some pricier homes down here just south of FM 93. But homes built 2018 to 2025, so newer homes. They are still building some new. Well, I guess this needs to be new construction and resale. So here you're gonna have new construction and resale. So they are still doing some new construction, trying to offload some of that inventory. But you're still 10 to 12 minutes up 31st Street from the hospitals. You have great access right here off of FM 93, which can lead you out to Fort Hood, connects you really quickly to 35 if you need to get to Waco or Austin, Salado, south, anywhere. And then this lastly right here, these are going to be resale homes, $149,000 to $500,000, mostly no HOA. This is, I think, a really desirable area for people that like more established communities. I find that people now, even though there's no HOA, a lot of people are very proud of their lawns and maintaining their homes, and just it's tucked away behind the Children's Hospital. But some really, really cute little established communities in that area, and a variety of price points as well. I have tons of information that I can't fit into this video. I put some of them here. Some of the communities, the new communities, you have Bella Terra, Valley Ranch, Legacy Ranch, Valor Estates. Over here, you have, you're really close to Alta Vista, Wyndham Hill, Stonegate, Friars Bend, and then these are just more these are just more individual homes and not like set communities that you can necessarily search. But tons of helpful information. Head on over and check it out. And don't forget, you can head on over to livinginctx.com, which is my personal website. I have a map here as well of the different areas around Central Texas. So we were just really focusing on Temple right here, but this will help you decide, if you are interested in some of those surrounding areas, where those are and what they look like. You can click around, play on the website, tons of helpful information there. I have other featured videos related to those communities. You can browse homes for sale, and then if you want to contact me or if you want specific information on relocating, all of that's there. I try to pack everything I do with tons of information, but we covered a lot of information here. We started with Baylor Scott White, its role in shaping the community. We explored this map, some of the surrounding areas, retail, school districts, food, and all things kind of surrounding that. Commute, you're really going to be looking at 10 to 12 minutes anywhere here. I can also, if you reach out to me, can help you get information on maybe public transit or bus stops or things like that, if that's important to you. Hey, and if this video was helpful and you found just one tidbit of helpful information, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe, and click the bell notification so that you can stay up to date on all things real estate here in Central Texas. I try to post a lot of great information. You can head on over to my full YouTube and see other information for Temple and all the surrounding areas. I create these detailed guides to help people just like you navigate big changes, and your support helps me continue to make them. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Are you moving to the area? Was this information helpful? What sort of videos would you like to see in the future? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Andrea Dudick with Living in Central Texas, your guide to all things real estate here in the Central Texas area. Till next time.